Hey everyone, Military Gun Guy here. I wanted to do a quick tutorial on setting headspace on AK rifles. I've actually been doing a decent amount of AK work lately, from both new builds to parts kit rebuilds and whatnot. So a couple of things that I want to. This is a 7.62 by 39 AK47. This is the Romanian G rifle. This one's mostly done. I still have to drill the barrel pin. Where's it at? I have to drill the barrel pin, and I have to drill the gas block pins, the front sight pins, and whatnot. That'll be done once I get this back pin, because I have to actually kick this over just a little bit. And this one is my wife's AK74. This one is, you can tell they're both new barrels. The trunnions are both original. This is a Circle 10, I believe it is, Bulgarian AK74 trunnion, and a brand new virgin barrel. So what I wanted to do is show you really quick how to roughly set headspace on both of these guns. There's several ways you can do it. This way you can basically, for example, this is the bolt for the AK-47. This is the bolt for the AK-74. What you'll need to set headspace for either rifle is you will need one live cartridge for each round, or a dummy cartridge, however you make it, as long as it's unfired. Preferably also, you're going to want a set of no-go gauges. This is for the 5.45 by 39, which is for the Bulgarian. And then you also want to no-go gauges for the 7.62 by 39. You can tell that I forgot my other gauge at home because I'm doing this at a friend's house because I'm working on something else. So basically I'll show you how it's done. When you press the trunnion into, press the barrel into the trunnion, ideally you're going to want to use like a white lithium grease when you press this in. So to set headspace, to double check it, you take your bolt. They recommend that you take the firing pin out. I generally don't. It's not a huge ordeal. So what you're doing is you're just going to lock your go gauge, as you can see, into the bolt. Okay, this piece here is going to slide into this recess this is going to slide into this recess right here. So you're going to slide it in like so, okay, and then you're going to twist. All right, what you're looking for is to see if this trunnion is going to lock in properly. Not trunnion, sorry. This locking lug is going to lock in, and you actually want it to touch the right side of the trunnion, okay? So when it goes in, basically the AK-47, every time it fires, it's going to go in like this, and it's going to lock, and it's going to pop in, okay? When you have your, when you have this set properly, this will touch every single time. So you know that your headspace is proper with the 5.45 by 39 go gauge. You can also verify it. For fuck's sake. By using your live round. And you're going to do the same thing. You pop it in, you're going to twist it. Again, you're looking for it to touch right there. And this is going to have nice free movement. You're not going to force it. You see how just kind of effortlessly this goes in. And so you know that your headspace is properly set for this cartridge. Now, you can double check your headspace by putting the no-go gauge in. Okay, your no-go gauge is going to go in, and you can tell it kind of gets stuck. And you see there's quite a noticeable gap right here between the edge of the locking lug and the right side of the trunnion. Typically, I recommend setting headspace once you, at the very least, press the barrel into the trunnion, because you still have grease in there, and then you can make minute adjustments with your press, or however you want to actually make your adjustments. So the other thing is, what you want to do is, once this is in, okay, you want to measure the distance between there and there, and you're looking for about 3/16 roughly. Once you have 3/16 on your no-go gauge, then you know that your headspace is going to be set properly with either the go gauge or the live cartridge. This also allows for, as the rifle wears, the headspace will open up just a little bit as well as the barrel or the chamber and whatnot wears in. and whatnot, so you're not going to get excessive headspace after several thousand rounds of firing. That's not something you need to check every single time, but definitely when you first assemble the weapon, and actually headspace, in my opinion, should be checked many times, but when you get this dialed in right here to where you're confident that this is locked in properly, then what you can do is you can ream your barrel pin hole. You can tell, you can actually probably see a little bit of the hole at the bottom of this, or the little bit of the barrel at the bottom of the hole. So you're going to use like a 1/4 inch end mill. You're going to go in there, you're going to cut from both sides, and then you use a 7mm reamer, ream that out, and then you can press your barrel pin in, and then this will lock in. You're good to go. Then you can do the rest of your components. The only reason I don't recommend populating the barrel with the trunnion and all the other parts is that as you're pressing the parts on, these may have a tendency to move, and this is going to knock your headspace off. Same thing with the Romanian G. This is the barrel has been put in. I still haven't put any of the pins in. That's actually going to be another project. But I'm taking the Romanian bolt, okay, and you can test it with a live round. You can test it with your headspace gauge. I do recommend using both. And you're just looking for that to lock in, and it's just, again, at the bottom, it's just hitting. So lock in, boom, it's ready to go. So you're good to go there. And you can verify that also, again, way down there. With your headspace gauge, this is your go gauge. You can buy these mostly anywhere. You sell gun restoration type stuff as far as like Brownells or AK Builder or whatnot. Again, this is nice and perfect. Now, the only thing I did not bring is I did not bring the no-go gauge. So I did pre-measure this. Again, I'm looking for that same 3/16 of gap between this edge of this locking lug and this right side of the trunnion. So that way, I'm going to be probably right about there with the no-go gauge. If it's not there or it's there, then you're going to want to press your barrel in or out in order to take up that little space, so that way it locks in properly. Again, with the no-go gauge, you're looking for right about there, approximately 3/16 between the edge of the locking lug and the side of the trunnion, and then from there, then you can make sure that your headspace is set properly with the go gauge and a live round. So that's about it for the AK. This actually works about pretty much across every single AK platform. Any questions? Like I said, these are actually if you build AKs or whatnot, these are a great tool to have. They're about $35 to $32. You can buy them online. You can use the live round, but also it does help to have the no-go gauge. So that's pretty much how to headspace an AK-47 barrel. I'll be probably doing a few more tutorials on AK barrel population and whatnot as I have these builds in progress. There's a ton of people. It's all the same. This is not the only way to set headspace. This is one way to set headspace. There's other people have different ways. None of them are really wrong. As long as you get a proper headspace on your rifle so it's not dangerous, then you've pretty much accomplished what you need to do. So any questions, email me at militarygunguy702@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more interesting stuff.